Ready, and they're off and racing. Slowly away was Walk It, Talk It, just driven along in these very early stages. And the well-fancied Life Matters only a little bit better, 3 from the rear. They make the first turn, and 4 of them are in line. Speech Room got a good start, so too did By Jove and Evaporust around the outside. All of these very handy indeed, with Wand and also Celsi Sizzler not far away towards the wide outside. Ballarico comes next. Gavlar is up on the outside of these runners, and Cousin Razora just in behind them as it pretty much tanks it down as they race past the 3 furlong marker on this, the first circuit. At the back end of the field, BforL has dropped well out of his ground. Second last for Walk It, Talk It, and Forge Valley Lad also at the back with Percy's Prince as they move now round in towards the home straight with well over a circuit left to go. The leader is Evaporust with the cheek pieces. Isabel Francis on the rail. From in second, Celsi Sizzler. By Jove next, together with Wand. Then Speech Room on the rail next to Gavlar, and on the wide outside, that's Life Matters now taking closer order. Life Matters followed by Cousin Razuna, and they're followed by Ballarica. Ballarica's followed through by Forge Valley Lad on the outside of Percy's Prince. And then we have Walk It, Talk It, and a gap of 2 lengths still to BforL, who has always been right at the back end of the field. So they're moving now towards the halfway stage of this play 4 to win at Betway handicap. And the leader is Evaporust. Evaporust by 2 lengths in second, Celsi Sizzler. By Jove and Wand, 3 and 4, followed by Speech Room, who races along in 5th place towards the inside running rail. Speech Room is then being followed through by the likes of the very well fancied Life Matters, who's on the wide outside of them. Life Matters is then being pursued by Forge Valley Lad, who's making a strong and very definite forward move from further back. Gavlar chasing them up as well, and Walk It, Talk It has also tried to make ground on the outside. Speech Room just hemmed him a little bit now, and not going particularly well either. Cousin Razor is in behind Speech Room, and those at the back still include Percy's Prince, and Ballarico's lost some ground. BforL is also right at the back end of the field. It's a committed ride this by Isabel Francis, with just over a half mile to go, leading still on the maiden Evaporust. Forge Valley Lad, though, Stevie Donoghue made that move just after halfway and sits comfortably in second place. Wand is in third. Life Matters around the wide outside is in 4th position. Celsi Sizzler is still there. By Jove is being ridden along. Buick's not given up totally yet on Speech Room, who's buried away amongst runners. Gavlar's towards his outside as they now move back towards the home straight. Walk It, Talk It, an awful lot to do. They turn into the straight then. Evaporust making this bold bid. Life Matters down the outside. Celsi Sizzler next, and then Forge Valley Lad in 4th place. Can't go with them. Down to the furlong marker they come. Evaporust, can he get off the mark here under a fine ride by Isabel Francis? They are coming. Look at BforL now rattling down the outside. Evaporust, BforL absolutely motoring home. The line coming up. Oh, Evaporust might have held on from BforL, but that's another very, very tight one. Back in behind them came Life Matters, and then Gavlar and Celsi Sizzler. The judge called for at the end of 2 miles.
Held on for me. Yep, that confirms it. Evaporust for Isabel Francis holds on by a nose and wins the first race in desperate conditions at the 11th attempt. Sees off BforL, who rattled like a rattly thing, but the rattle was too late. There's the finish, and it's clear cut, far side. Evaporust has held on by the skin of his teeth. Well done, Isabel Francis, who took off 7 and prayed. And the prayer reached the good Lord, and the good Lord said, "Thou shalt win." Although we await for the official, I hasten to add. It's moments like these that my producer will be getting slightly concerned until it's called. But I imagine it's 1.01 on the exchanges, because it's 1. Hopefully. Here comes the official in an absolute storm. 13 confirmed, thank goodness. Of the others, well, I've got to give a mention to Josephine Gordon, who had the most horrible ride on Walk It, Talk It. who has to go down as a bit of a wrong-un, I'm afraid, although does take the prize as having the biggest ears of any horse I have ever seen. Walk it, talk it. Look at the ears on the extreme left ear. It's like a giraffe. It ran a bit like a giraffe tonight. It's got more ability than this, but Chris Wall needs to get into the head of Walk It, Talk It. There's something going on in its head and it's not right. It's not good. Walk It, Talk It needs to prairie quickly. 8-1 Evaporust, 16-1 BforL, 6-1 Life Matters. Isabel Francis take a bow. It's lashing.